The following feature presentation is part of the All for Sci-Fi Podcast Network.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
If you only knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
What happened to your father?
No. I am your father.
I am your father, Luke.
I'll be back.
That is true.
I will not be back.
Hey, motherfucker.
Oh!
It's a trap!
It's a trap!
The needs of the many
The many
outweigh
The needs of the few.
need to the few.
for the one.
I remember that scene.
Yes.
No.
Do. Do not. There is no trap. Oh, there is. Oh my goodness.
Get away from her, you bitch! Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? What a DeLorean?
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming
Bye bye, boys.
Get away.
Have fun storming the castle.
Bye.
Goodbye.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Stop saying that!
I see dead people.
So what?
Why so serious?
Because Captain Rickster isn't.
I volunteer as tribute.
What I do is not up to you.
Chewie. We're home.
I'm one with the force. The force is with me. I'm one with the force, and the force is with me.
With us. And the Force is
I'm
with
one
me.
with the force, and the force is with me.
And I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. Is it with you? Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Walker, and next to me, Captain Rickster needs to go to his right a little bit because he needs to go to the right. Now you're going to left. Go to the right. He's a
far
little
right
off
do you want me to
center.
go?
He's a little off center.
That's nothing new.
But welcome, everybody, to the all.
I'm always off center.
You are a little off, aren't you?
Amen.
And you make me off center.
Amen.
Welcome to the All for Sci-Fi Weekly Webcast. I'm your host, Eric Walker. Next to me is,
Captain Rickster.
but never call him late for dinner,
That's definitely true.
or lunch, or breakfast, or off center because he is.
That is definitely true.
I'm telling you to go to your camera's right here. If you look over there, now you're center right there. So you gotta
Hello.
hello. So move your chair a little bit that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And you can move your mic.
I'll have to
like-
move my mic this way.
No, you can actually. It goes over there. Watch. There you go.
Well,
Hey, there he
goes.
goes. It's a little bit better.
No, I can't see anything.
You don't need to see anything. You just need to talk.
I don't never talk.
That's not true, Captain Rickster. We will move some stuff around so you can see the screen better next time.
No, it's okay.
Okay. There's no comments yet anyway, so I guess everybody's late for dinner, except for you.
Except for me. Yes.
Well, guys, of course, we have a great show again today. We're going to talk about Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the
Mhm.
latest episode. There's supposed to be 10 episodes,
There
but
was.
this one ended with a cliffhanger.
Yes.
So I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not sure if there's going to be 11th episode or they're just going to make us wait until next season. And that's going to be a real big bummer if we have to wait until next season because
Is that the truth?
I mean, what's going on with the writer's strike and everything else? I mean, did they finish the episode? Because it said to be continued right at the end, which is kind of amazing. And I like that as long as, but I think we're done. I think
so
we're
too.
done.
I think so too.
So maybe, hopefully, the writer's strike, they're going to have some negotiations soon, right? Or did they?
They started Friday. I don't know. I don't know about anything.
We haven't heard anything about.
since then.
And we're also going to talk about Foundation, the latest episode of that. That Foundation episode is called "The Sighted and the Seen," and it was quite an interesting episode of the Foundation this week.
Yes, it was.
We're going to talk about that. They're getting into some stuff about mind control or telekinesis or whatever you want to call that, where the people can control your. In Star Wars, they call it the Force.
Yes.
Because these aren't the droids you're looking for.
Mhm.
But they said something else, and they all got knocked out. Like, what did they say? Forgot. Like, unlearn or unlink or something like whatever they said.
Unlink.
Mike would know.
Yeah, they
Where
said
you at, Mike? Speaking of that, we need to
unlink
get
the mind.
to Disneyland. What's going on? We haven't been there in a month.
That's right.
What's going on with us, Captain Rick? So we got to get out
We got to
there.
get there. Yep.
And we got to take Mike and go there and have fun again.
That's definitely true.
There was an article also online about how these Disney adults, even though they're not kids, they call them Disney adults,
Mhm.
and how and I would classify myself as a Disney adult.
Yeah,
But
I would
they
too.
not only love going to the theme parks, but they love all things Disney,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they like streaming everything Disney. And they're we get this group that they're talking about in this article, I haven't witnessed any of it, but this thing they're talking about is how they're being bashed by other people and made fun of because they like Disney.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't happen with me. Maybe it can happen with some individuals,
good.
but not like me or Mike or anybody else. Or anybody else that could consider himself a Disney adult. That's not going to happen for sure.
That's definitely true.
Well, and not only that, we're in the countdown for August 23rd, which is the 2-episode premiere of Ahsoka.
That's right.
Oh my God, we all can't wait until that comes out. And they've already announced the first 3 action figures for Ahsoka, which
Yes,
is
they have.
Ahsoka, Sabine, and with her new look now, and Syndulla as well.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the first 3 in the first wave. That's the 3 that they're releasing. They look great. Can't wait to get those toys too and unbox them for everybody that's watching.
That's true.
Something else is coming out August 23rd as well. The same, it has a premiere as well. I think it's on Apple Plus. It's a new sci-fi series. Do you remember what that one was called, Captain Rickster? I think it had to
No.
do with some sort of invasion or something like that.
Oh yeah, Invasion. Yeah.
Yeah, is that what it's called
It's
too?
called- It's what it's called. It's called Invasion. That's all.
Yeah,
it's
so
called.
we're going to be watching that. So wow. And you know what? I also was reading an article about how this summer the show Suits. Remember the show
Yes,
Suits?
Suits. Yes.
It's having a major comeback, and everybody's been watching it on Netflix. And I am.
So
Are
am
you?
I. Oh, so am I.
What a great show! I had no idea how great Suits was,
That's
and
definitely
I've been
true.
binge watching it. I'm in season 7 already.
Yeah,
Captain
well,
Rickster's behind.
I'm almost on season 6. Actually, I got one more episode. I will be on season 6.
Okay. Well, it's they only have 8 seasons on Netflix, but Captain Rickster was doing research and he found out that they actually have 9 seasons, and they all try to do a spin-off show with Jessica Pearson
That's right.
from who is the lead of the firm, Pearson.
Mhm, Pearson.
But they're getting ready to take her name off the wall, and I'm spoiler if you haven't watched it. They're getting ready to take her name off the wall because she's getting disbarred in New York, but she don't care because
No.
she's an attorney in New York and Chicago now.
That's right.
So, any other news? You'd mentioned Lower Decks.
Yeah, Lower Decks coming out on September 7th.
So, Star Trek Lower Decks is coming out.
Yep.
Can't wait. Oh,
I
I
saw
love
that
that show.
when I watched the end of Strange New Worlds. Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Love that show. Love Lower Decks, and hopefully they have a crossover with Strange New Worlds, and they pay it back, and we see Captain Pike and all them, and Ortegas and everybody, and Nurse Chapel and Spock, and this last episode that we're going to review had Scotty
Oh yeah.
show up.
That's definitely
That
true.
was shocking
Yes, it was.
and a great surprise.
Yep.
So, I mean, this season, Strange New Worlds is just really a great season.
Mm-hmm. It is. It
Um,
is. Very is.
And the acting's, and on the Foundation, acting is very incredible. So,
Yes.
unless we have any other announcements, do we have any other announcements?
Not that I know of.
What do you want to review first?
Yeah, let's do Suits. No, I mean
Suits.
let's do Strange New Worlds that we've been talking about already.
Yeah, you're off center, Captain Rickster.
Okay.
You're talking about Suits.
Yeah, that's a good sci-fi.
Okay, so okay, let's talk about Star Trek Strange New Worlds. This is the last episode, the
Yep.
finale of the season, but it is a to be continued episode. The Gorn is back,
Yes,
and
they
in
are.
a big way. This episode is called Hegemony, I think.
Yeah, Hegemony.
It's basically the USS Enterprise has to investigate an attack on a colony at the edge of Federation space, and Captain Pike and his crew face the return of the formidable enemy, which we were just talking about, the Gorn,
Mhm.
who look like monsters.
They are
And-
monsters.
I know. In Star Trek, we have like sci-fi monsters. It was scary too. Even the younglings are like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the youngling Gorns, they would tear us apart. Hey, Mike's here. We were
Hey,
just talking
Mike.
about you, Mike.
Okay, Mike, we're definitely talking about you.
We were just talking about you and talking about how we have to get to Disneyland and we need to hook up with Mike. And we were talking about the different things. Okay, so let's give the official rating for the finale of Star Trek: The Next Gen. I just said the Next Generation again. You're making me go off center, Captain Rickster.
Good.
Yeah. So let's talk about the last episode, episode 10, Hegemony. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, or Hegemomy, or however you the correct way to say it. It's at All for Sci-Fi, as you know, we have a rating system of 0 to 5 stars. 5 stars is the best. If it's 3 stars or less, we don't recommend it. The finale episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, I'm going to give it a 5 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I'm gonna do the same thing. But
It was good.
But you know, the Gorgon's actually older.
Gorgons.
They're actually older than Star Trek. They've been out for 75 years already.
Well, where do you get that from?
I got the information off of. I came off Google, but I can't remember.
Oh.
I can't remember who the actual person name.
Oh.
It said that.
Interesting. Did you know on Google it says I'm a French model?
Yeah, I also heard you. I heard you a sex symbol too.
I know.
on,
What happened? So I mean,
on-
you can't
on
look at things
AOL.
on Google, Captain Rickster.
At AOL, you're a sex symbol.
You can't look on Google
I
and then
can-
say something.
How
How have they been that this was created in Star Trek? It's something new. It's not 75 years older than Star Trek.
I didn't say 75 years older than them. I said they've been around for 75 years.
how Star Trek has only been around 50, 60 years.
Nah,
That's not
60.
possible. Jeez, you should stop reading
They-
stuff on
They
Google.
can put a Gorgon in a movie. You know that, right?
You keep calling it a Gorgon and it's the Gorn.
The Gorn. Okay, well,
You're saying it wrong. So
you can still
maybe you
put-
looked it up wrong.
You can still make a movie out of them.
Oh my
walking alligator creatures.
Oh my goodness. You are so out of it. You roughly off center. Hey, Mike says he's at Bakersfield CollectorCon. Oh, the bromance is alive between me and Captain Rickster today.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, I would have never thought that watching Star Trek, any kind of Star Trek, that I would be frightened of, and like they have monsters in them, and I think to me it's a great change. I never was fearful like I was watching a horror movie. And have you?
No, I can remember the original when it came out in the original series of Star Trek. I still remember that one.
Did it scare you?
Kinda, yes.
Really?
Yeah, I was still a kid back then when it first came out in '66.
Okay, I mean, I
Please.
guess because there were aliens and you never saw them before, and it kind of scared you.
Yeah,
I guess I could see that. If you're a kid, I could see that.
a walking alligator with a tail.
Yeah,
yeah,
I guess
really
you could.
funny.
I guess you could get scared.
Oh yeah.
A child would get scared. So there's I hear that people tell me that the Gorax from the Ewok movies, that monster, scares kids. It scared me when I was a kid. I hear adults
Oh,
say
yeah, I
that.
hear
So
that, yeah.
I guess so.
From
And
you.
but I knew it was because we're making movies. I knew it wasn't real, so it didn't scare me.
Of
But
course you
I get your point. As a young child would be frightened.
Yeah,
So,
and I figured out later there was a man in a suit.
You really thought it was a real lizard? A real
Yeah,
alien?
I thought it was real alien. Yeah.
Captain Rickster.
Hey, and a kid, you gotta remember, they don't think of those things.
I know the kids are so honest.
Man, Godzilla made me hide for weeks inside my bed. So he was coming after me, trying to use breath fire on me. Please.
Okay.
And I finally figured it was a man in a suit.
Yeah.
After I read a few stories.
Okay, I get it. All right, a good point. What was your favorite scene in this week's episode of?
When Scotty popped his head out in that invisible wall that he had made for hide everybody.
That was a good scene.
That was a good scene.
And how he was able to make his ship disappear and well, actually, that was one of my favorite things was having Scotty show up.
That's
and
right.
hearing that Scottish accent. I'm not doing it right, but
Nope.
that brogue. Hi, matey. No, I sound like something else.
You sound like a pirate now.
Yes, I could do that one. Yeah, Jack Sparrow. Yes,
You sound like Johnny
yes,
Depp.
yes. I don't sound like him. I sound like And remember in what was it? The Mandalorian.
Oh.
That creature, the pirates.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That big guy that was attacking Grief Karga.
Mm-hmm. I remember that one.
Yes. Okay. Enough of that. Okay, guys. Okay. So what was my favorite one? Thanks for asking, Captain Rickster.
Yeah, really. What was your favorite one?
My favorite scene was I liked the scene where that whole part where Spock went and flew to the ship and made it leave, and they both fought that the Gorn, which we're talking about, when they fought that Gorn that had his I guess they breathe oxygen, so he had his own space outfit in it, even though he's a monster.
Yep.
And when they finished him off, and the ship went crashing, and they came up and they were watching it crash land. It was beautiful. That whole sequence when they held hands.
Yeah.
That whole sequence was my favorite part. So, hey, Buddy Mix, aka ACM, is watching.
Oh, good.
Great. So that was my favorite. Mike, did you have a favorite scene? Did you watch this week's episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds? Did you have a favorite scene? Let us know in the comments below. You as well, Buddy Mix. Okay, so other than that, I mean, obviously a lot's going on. It had a lot of action in it. It had a lot of suspense. The music was great. The effects were amazing, of course, as always. The acting with these guys are just wonderful.
Yes,
I don't catch any of them acting. I'm not, they're really good at everything they do. That's top notch. I'm hoping we get another season, but with this writer's strike, when is it going to happen? And then they didn't finish it. They left it with a cliffhanger and said to be continued.
Well, we'll have to
and I
wait
hate
see.
it when they do that.
I know, but hey, what can we say?
Yeah, so that's all we got to say about Strange New Worlds. Let's move on to Foundation.
Yep.
This week's episode of Foundation is, I believe it was called, and I mentioned earlier, it's episode 5, and it's called The Sighted and the Seen.
Mm-hmm.
And, as you know, we have our rating system. We give it first. The official All for Sci-Fi rating system is 0 to 5 stars. 5 stars is the best. 3 stars, don't watch it. The official All for Sci-Fi rating of this week's episode of Foundation, The Seen and the Sighted, episode 5 gets. I'm gonna start giving it better ratings. I like this episode. I'm gonna say 4.75 stars. What do you give it, Captain Rickster?
I liked it, but it was okay, so I'm gonna give it a 4.70.
Okay, that's unusual. Usually he likes things more than me, guys.
True. Very true.
Our tastes are very similar. Why did you not like it as much?
Well, I don't know. I think it's that girl trying to dig into whatever she's trying to do, and she is coming up with 0 on the guy at the, I don't know, emperor, whatever you call that guy.
Right.
The one he wants to marry.
Are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the lady from the Dominion,
right?
And he's Empire,
right?
And they're trying to have that thing, the marriage,
and
then copulation.
Then he tried to force himself on her. That's what I don't like.
Okay. Well, I mean that was the episode, and he's an emperor.
That's true. But you don't,
He's already empire. No, you don't. You don't do that, even if you're a
No,
king.
I don't care who
right,
you are. You don't
right.
do that.
Of course not. Buddy Mix is saying that Foundation is confusing to him. He needs to watch it before he makes a comment. Good.
That's
yeah.
true.
I really think, Buddy, that you probably should watch watch season 1. Season 1 was just it blew me away. I'd never seen a show like that, and I was like,
it was amazing.
I was shocked, and it's not that season 2 is not good. I don't think it's as good as the first season already.
True. Yes.
And it started pretty slow. The first 5 episodes, including this one, has 5 episodes on season 2. It's a little slower at getting started. The effects are better this year.
Yes, that is
We're
true.
seeing more of that, and
Yes.
so I could see how it could be confusing. I just kind of liked it. It kind of reminded me, a little bit of it had that little bit of that where people could control you. And I had mentioned that it kind of reminded me of Star Wars, these, the sighted, I guess they're called. And they where they were at that planet with the doctor and everything,
Right.
Henry or Harry, whatever his name was. And they could read people's minds, and they could knock them out and tell them what to do. That kind of reminds me of a Jedi. These are not the droids you're looking for. And remember, they knocked them out, and they're trying to read their mind and find out what's going on.
Right.
And they ended up figuring out right at the end. Right at the end of the episode, they figured out that they're trying to start a second Foundation.
Yep.
And that's where this is going to come into play and get really interesting, because they're going to try to stop it.
That's right.
So it's going to get better. As far as this whole Empire thing, it's in their reach. It's just they're like Star Wars version of the Empire, and so it's sort of like that.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's exactly what he said. Clear their minds.
Yep.
So it kind of reminded me of what the Jedis could do, where they could, but the Jedis could force things, make you do things too, which is so far we haven't seen if they could do that, but they were able to knock them out and say, "Clear your minds." Be interesting if they could make them do things.
That is true. Yeah, but I
by
we
suggestion.
just have to wait to see what happens.
Right.
Suggestions, I can see that.
Yep. So we'll see where it goes next week. I like I said, this is one of the better episodes of the season so far. That's why I raised my rating. I'm hoping that it just continues to get more interesting. I don't remember how many episodes it was the first season or how many episodes it's going to be this season.
I don't remember.
Let me look. Season 1 was I believe it was it was 10 episodes. So they're halfway through.
Yeah.
This last episode was season 5. So we got 5 more episodes to go to see what's going to happen. And so far, it's still a great show to watch. We also, again, as we mentioned earlier, on Apple Plus, we're going to have Invasion come out on August 23rd. And then that's the same night that I'm probably not going to watch Invasion, because that's the 2-episode premiere of Ahsoka.
Yep.
So I'm going to be watching that instead. Or Mike's going to be watching that at midnight. Right, Mike? If you're still there, you're going to be watching that at midnight.
Yeah.
Because you stay up to watch everything, to watch it right away. I wish I could stay up and watch it at midnight.
Yeah,
Maybe
me
I should
too.
set my alarm to wake me up. I'm so excited to see it. I might do that.
Yeah.
Anything else about this episode that stood out?
No. You pretty much said everything that was out there outstanding in it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I like the intrigue that's happening with the show. I like how that lady from the Dominion, who's going to marry the king, the Empire. I like how she's trying to find out if he killed her family, and how they're even using other guards to try to help her. And that's she seems like she is a woman who wants to get revenge.
That's definitely true.
And she's bent on doing it. And she's a beautiful woman too. So even the men in this are beautiful. So as Mike would say, and other people, and I would say too, because they are. So
beauty is only skin deep. Where it comes from the heart makes you beautiful.
Of course, duh. I mean, look at my wife, and look at me. That's obvious. So, but well said, Captain Rickster.
Trying to figure that one out.
It maybe because maybe it's because it's about the heart, just like you said.
That's
Duh. I'm Captain Rickster. I'm off center.
You're always off. Yeah.
I'm
oh,
off
I'm
center.
like this. Oh, okay,
I'm
okay,
off
okay,
center.
okay, okay.
I can't talk into the microphone.
I am.
Oh, what a day we're having. Yeah.
A fun day.
Yes. Yeah, they were all like models.
Yes,
like
they
like
were.
Buddy said. Anyway, Mike's at Bakersfield Comic Collector Con. Great. I hope you're having a fun time, Mike, as well there. I think you posted somewhere about Long Beach Comic Con. We were thinking about going, but then it's Labor Day weekend, I think.
And he's not going to be here.
If it's Labor Day weekend, I can't go. But if it's not, we may go, actually.
Yeah.
But other than that, let's get to Disneyland.
That's definitely
We need to
true.
do that sometime in the next few weeks, and we'll reach
Yes,
out.
Mike.
We'll reach out, Mike, and see if you could join us as always. If that's it, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap it up.
Yep.
We're counting the days and the new show Invasion and everything else that's coming soon. Got lots of sci-fi stuff to keep going, and everybody also this is also watching Suits.
Yep.
Everybody's been binge watching 8 seasons of Suits on Netflix. It's been all over the news. So
Oh, and the 9th season is on Prime Video.
right, that's what you said.
Yep.
It's on Prime.
Yep.
Right, on Amazon. So
on
watch the
Amazon.
9th season on Amazon and try to find the Jessica Pearson version show that got canceled. If you find that, let me know. It's only 1 season. So
That's it, just one season.
um
And it's all the original cast.
right. What I recommend this weekend, watch I don't think there's much out right now. If you haven't seen the new Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise, that's out still, right?
I think so.
You could go watch that. Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. It's a 2-parter, but the first one's out. I heard that's really good.
Yes. And
Haunted
Mansion's out still.
Mansion's out. If you haven't seen that, go watch that. That was a pretty good show, and we talked about that earlier. So you could go watch those this weekend. If you have streaming services, you could, of course. There's lots of stuff streaming now already. Transformers, Rise of the Beast is streaming already pretty quickly.
Fast 10 streaming right now.
Fast 10 is already?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's already out in DVD.
I know that also The Little Mermaid's not out now, but it's coming out in near the end of the month or the beginning of next month.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming soon. So let's wrap this up.
Yep.
As we say it all for sci-fi, go out and do one act of kindness. It makes the world a better place, and it might help other people pay it forward and make this world a better place. Did that rhyme?
Yeah.
Anyway,
A little bit.
anyway, do that because it makes us all better human beings as well. Remember, the Force is with us always. Live long and prosper. And God bless you all.
That's right. All right. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay cool. Stay dehydrated because it's going to be getting hot here next week.
Oh, yeah, next week.
And just enjoy life like we always do. And come back and we'll have some more laughs and some more fun. And I'll be off center again. So who cares? Back to you.
It's been a great week. Join us next week when we're live again at 3:30 with Eric Walker and
Captain Rickster.
have a great week, everybody.
Bye-bye.
The following feature presentation is part of the All for Sci-Fi Podcast Network.